People calls me Cuba because I got a Japanese name, so it's very hard to pronounce. So I'm from Cuba, so people ended up calling me Cuba. I wanted to leave Cuba because Cuba is a communist country. It was no freedom of speech, and my family, we were not poor, but we weren't rich either. And since I was a kid, they always told me that was not the way. Communism was bad, and actually I left Cuba looking for a better life for myself and looking for freedom. My grandfather bought a fake visa. It's like a tourist visa that the Mexican embassy was selling for $4,000. So we got one, and I went to Mexico as a tourist for 30 days. But the plan was always trying to find a border city and cross, because us Cubans, we got political asylum here. We're political refugees. So that's what I did. I got to Mexico. I went to Matamoros, that city and the border, to Bronxville, Texas. But before I got to that city, I was intersected by the cartel. So they basically asked me for money. I told them I was a 17-year-old kid. I ain't got no money on me. So they wanted to get in touch with my family. So I had to give them the number of my family. And they talked to my family. And I guess when the negotiations were getting through, they put me in a hotel room for 4 days eating mayonnaise sandwiches. And I had somebody at the door the whole time, making sure I was not escaping. So that was the longest four days of my life. I guess the money went through, and the guy knocked on my door and he said, "Okay, you ready?" So he got me out of the room, got me in a car, and we went to I would say the woods, the forest like that. I said, "Get through there, and you see that? That's the river. Cross it on the next side, United States." So I crossed it, and I turned myself into the Border Patrol. Told them I'm Cuban, I'm a political refugee. And they said, "Well, welcome to the United States." No, I cannot go back to Cuba, into that government, into the changed government, because I escaped. So I'm considered a traitor. So if I go back, I will go to prison maybe 20, 25 years, into whatever the time they decide. I haven't seen my mother in almost 25 years. Everything started going bad for me once I moved to North Carolina, and I got into a toxic relationship, and I was introduced to heroin there. So everything started going crazy for me. I started using heroin. I became addicted to heroin. So I was doing stuff just to get my next high. And I was getting myself in a lot of troubles, in and out of jail, homelessness. I thought about taking my own life several times. And to one day, after my last time I went to jail, I knew if I go back to the neighborhood where I used to stay around the mission, I knew what was gonna happen in the next 30 minutes. I knew the same cycle was gonna repeat itself. I always believed in God. I just never had a relationship with God. So I was talking to God about what to do next. And this stranger came up to me and said, "Hey, what's up, man? Are you all right?" I said, "Nah, I'm just trying to figure out what's going on." He said, "Do you know about the Honduran Rescue Mission?" I said, "Nah." He said, "Come on, I'm gonna take you down there. They're gonna offer you a place to stay." So we walked down Main Street to the Honduran Rescue Mission. He took me in, and I went to the office. I told them I want to check in. And when I was doing the paperwork, and I turned around just to tell the guy, "Look, I'm gonna stay here. Thank you." He was gone. I never seen this guy before, and I never seen him again. Chaplain Holloway said that I was an angel. They brought me to the mission. I left for 3 months because of a situation, and I always kept in the back of my head saying, "I gotta go back there. I had to go back over there. So I came back. Mission welcomed me with open arms. They were happy to see me. This time I did the victory program, so I decided to do the opposite of what I did the first time. So it worked for me. I did the victory program. I'm not gonna lie, it was hard at first because I was used to a life without rules, without discipline. But I got used to it. I let God take the wheel and guide me through this journey. And I graduated from the victory program. I've been at the mission almost 3 years now. And I'm a happy person right now. I can genuinely say I'm happy now. I tell people sometimes that my life now is like I'm living a dream right now, like a good dream. I work for the mission and I love working for the mission. Relationships with friends and family that they were burned because of my addiction. I build them bridges back up, and my family in Cuba and then my family in Miami, they're proud of me, of what I'm doing. Friends that were doing good and I was kind of doing bad, they're proud of me now and they encourage me to keep doing what I'm doing. The mission is my home. They had to teach me how to be disciplined. I got a relationship with God now that I didn't have before. I recommend the mission 100%, yeah. God is in the mission. Blessings are in the mission. Good things happen at the mission. Miracles happen every day at the mission.